Okay.
Ooh, Colonian Tusker is good.
Yes. All right. So we've opened Bone-Size Sliver. Pretty cool. 4 mana 2/2 Sliver creatures you control have double strike. I mean, it's a 4 mana 2/2 double strike. That's pretty good. I'm not opposed to that. I've done every mono-colored strategy except white now, but if I do Bone-Size Sliver, I'm probably just going to want to move into green-white. Obviously, very good with. Uh, I'm willing to try it. I haven't tried Bone-Size Sliver out.
Okay.
I like it more than the Lifelink one in black.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
Oh, I
mean?
definitely like it more than the
See,
Lifelink one.
people were also criticizing me a little bit that I wasn't giving Siphon Sliver enough credit, but my kind of problem with it is it's to me it's like a more expensive child, and I know I said this in the last video, but in case people on the podcast haven't heard it, I don't like it as much uh, because there's only one blue and one black sliver.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like going that direction. It feels like a weird mashup at that point. You
Like
know,
you can go black green,
trying to make that work just
but
seems
yeah,
more difficult. You're putting more pressure on yourself.
I've played against the
Bonsai Sliver I
Siphon.
feel good about though because double strike on itself it already is like attacking in for 4
I
and at
played
least
against
doing
somebody who was
yeah.
playing Siphon Sliver as the expensive Child of Night, and it did not work that well
All
for
right.
him.
Well, here's the thing. We've got pacifism in here, but we just were past the predatory sliver, and
Predatory Sliver is like the sliver to pick up if you want to go into sliver strategy, in my opinion.
I'm sure people want to see me try and make the sliver strategy work. I mean, arguably pacifism's the pick here, but let's face it, there's 100% no way that predatory sliver is going to
It's
come
going to
back
table,
around.
yeah. And there's no way pacifism tables, but at least with Predatory Sliver, we
We can
already.
try and make a sliver
Yeah.
strategy work. We may not be able to. I'll grant that.
Predatory Sliver's still a bear. Bone Slice Sliver's still a 2/2 double strike,
But
you
come on,
know?
I mean, you guys want to see a sliver strategy work, right? I haven't seen it work,
I
and there's
haven't seen it work
plenty of
either.
white and green slivers that we can pick up, or at least try to. And like, I might even be willing to experiment with red splash too, if I can
Well, isn't the 2
do some
drop
sort of.
white one a 2/2 that gets Vigilance?
Yes, yeah.
So
No,
you
I
can
like
get
that
rid
one a
of the
lot. I think
Predatory
that one's
Sliver
good.
too.
I mean, it does sort of suck passing the pacifism. Looks like there's some strong blue cards in here as well. But let's see if we can make a sliver mashup work. I'm not opposed to trying it
There's
here. All
another
right.
sliver.
I don't really like the 7-drop one. I'd rather do either Griffin Sentinel or Charging Griffin. Fire Shrieker also proven itself to be really good. You know, I'm not opposed to the Fire Shrieker. I really do like Charging Griffin a lot.
I do too.
I like equipment a lot, though. I guess if we already have Bone-Size Sliver, maybe we don't need the Fire Shrieker. But
That's only if we're all slivers.
yeah, this is an uncommon, and it's proven itself to just be really sick defensively,
If we just like
aggressively.
push for flyers now, we can really
Um,
make use of the Fire Shrieker
and we're
too.
not married to slivers yet.
Yeah.
I was just sort of I'm willing to explore that direction, so we can see what's more open. I mean, I'd really like to make it work since there's like mana weft and stuff too,
Yeah, yeah.
and even the sliver construct's good with the bone size
Mm-hmm.
sliver and predatory. But let's take the fire shrieker. All right, here's our mana weft. So, wow, also a Johnny's Chosen and Imposing Sovereign. But let's take the mana weft at this point. Then we'll have 3 slivers by pick 4. I think that'll be really fun.
Yeah.
And mana weft's still good with Bonsai and Predatory. So good white creatures near and the Johnny's Chosen and the Opposing Sovereign. I really do like Johnny's Chosen a lot. I think it's a
cool card.
it's a really strong card. Imposing Sovereign not that great, so I'm not sad about passing that. But let's pick up the mana weft now and continue making slivers work. All right, I actually missed a voracious worm, like actually getting the best possible bonus off of it.
Oh no.
Brindlebore.
Oh.
I didn't even think about. I didn't make the connection
Yeah,
until
6/6.
I had already resolved my voracious worm in a recent draft video I recorded. It didn't actually make a difference ultimately because the next turn he played Liliana's Reaver,
Oh.
so he would have had a defense against my 6/6 anyway. But it was a mistake. It was definitely the right play to do. So voracious worm actually works remarkably well alongside the
Brindlebore.
alongside
Really
Brindlebore.
good.
Yeah, and Brindlebore typically you see a couple. Spore Mound I like a lot too.
Brindlebore is kind of cool because it works with that the white enchantment that gives you angels too.
Spore Mound might arguably be better here.
Because we don't have the life gain yet.
I think I actually want the Spore Mound, even though Voracious Worm is a 2-drop. I've come to like Spore Mound quite a bit. I think it's a
Master?
good. Yeah, I think we take the Master of Diversion here pretty happily. There's also Plummet, Frost Breath. decent cards in here, but it feels like with a 6th pick master, we may be in the right colors, or I'm not sure yet, but we'll find out.
Well, we haven't even really been going or picking a lot of white yet. But
No, not
we're
at
just
all.
getting
I mean,
past it.
we're just exploring, seeing what's open. I'd like to make slivers work since I haven't really gone down that strategy, and having 3 already makes me feel kind of good. Another ground shaker sliver. Unfortunately, it's just a really
Yeah, that one's
unimpressive
a
sliver.
chore.
I just don't like it. Obviously good with the bone size sliver. 5/5 double strike trample is good, but 7 mana is
is so
just
expensive for
it's just so
not a good enough payoff.
it's just so restrictive. Let's take the Capation Knight. I like it more than the Suntail Hawk.
Yeah. First strike seems relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn Strike.
All right, we can take the Paladin here. I'm okay with that. Some people have been saying this card's crap, I think.
Really?
But yeah, they just don't like it that much. But I think it's good.
I think in green-white, where you have access to giant growth,
it makes
actually
combat
is a little
more
better.
difficult, definitely. And we've actually screwed up against Dawn Strike Paladin that one time with the tokens. Someone called me out pretty hard in the comments on that, but understandably, we screwed it up. So
What did we do?
I think we attacked into it and we didn't actually net any additional damage. It just like ultimately cost us a token. So it was a stupid play, but stupid plays happen. All right, I think we'll probably take Bramble Crush for the sideboard. I don't know if we're even going to need Siege Mastodon. We'll probably see some more later.
Bramble Crush at least kills Planeswalkers too.
Yeah, so this is at least a Jace out that we can sideboard into. All right, we can take the Verdant Haven here. Not necessarily necessary for this deck, but I typically don't like to play Suntail Hawk too much. So I'm cool with Verdant Haven in case maybe we want to go down a red route some sort with those slivers. If we see like Battle Sliver or Striking Sliver, try out the Naya Sliver strategy. It's probably pretty difficult to do, but whatever. We'll take Rod of Ruin here for sideboard. It's a foily as well. All right, we can take a Suntail Hawk now. Just cut some more white and some red here. I'd prefer to not go red, but in case we do, I guess we'll take a Canyon Minotaur, and someone can go black. All right, so only 3 slivers so far, but pretty good ones. I know I passed the Ground Shaker, what is his name? Ground Shaker sliver, but he's too pricey. I don't want to pay 7 mana for slivers. It's cool getting the Bonsai. Like I said, I think he's good on his own. If we see some constructs, we can definitely throw them in here since we have 3 pretty relevant ones alongside them. Does look like we're just going to be doing some green-white. Decent pack 1. Probably want to end up cutting Verdant Haven eventually. Be cool to make a sliver strategy work. That'd be really cool. A lot of people have said how difficult it is to make work. I mean, because Predatory just works so well on his own, you know, it's sort of an issue. All right. Wow. Quite the choice in here. This doesn't look like we need to do Hunt the Weak necessarily. Probably just want the pacifism. There's also Elvish Mystic, which I do like a lot. I think Elvish Mystic's a phenomenal card. I'd rather have the pacifism though. It's some really hard removal. And it's really hard removal. We want it, I think. Also some good some Chandra's Outrage is good. Tidebinder Mage looks like it's going to be pretty decent against us too. But
Fortify is a really good card too.
Yep, Fortify's good, but we're just going to slam the pacifism. It's straight up hard white removal. Awesome, just amazing alongside Master of Diversion, which is a card I've really come to love a lot. That would be, I'm sure that'd be a mainstay in your mono white deck. I'd like to eventually play mono white, and then I'll be able to say that I've played every single mono color. I don't know which one's my favorite. You know, mono blue felt really good. Divination's Opportunity, Time Ebbs, Claustrophobias.
Time Ebb and Claustrophobia together are really crazy.
All right, well, we can take the Sliver Construct here. It's also Oromancer, Trollhide's good.
Really good.
Let's continue down slivers. Construct, I guess, the least exciting one, but we have 2 relevant 2-drop ones, and Bonsai with it is still pretty damn good. So let's make slivers work. It's cute, right? People want to see it, I'm sure. I have yet to build successfully like a straight up. I think I might have done it
before, but
it's difficult. I might have done a stream where I had it, but we should be able to find maybe a couple.
Multiple people want to be in that strategy each time.
Ooh, Foil Nightmare. That's kind of hot. Stonehorn Chanter in here, another Trollhide. Divine Favor.
I like the Trollhide.
Yeah, I like Trollhide too. Trollhide actually feels like the best beneficial aura because if you have the mana to support it, they only get one opportunity really to 2-for-1 you, and
Hmm.
then as long as you have regen mana, your creature's safe. So
Yeah, it's
I like
really
how
good with
Trollhide,
Dawnstrike Paladin.
it's sick with Bone-Size Sliver.
Yeah, yeah, I like how it fits in our
Pretty
deck.
crippling.
Good on Master of Diversion too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Wow, lots of black and lots of corrupt.
Ring of Three Wishes, unfortunately a little bit too slow, but there's really not that much else in here anyway, and since this is a mythic, I think I'm just going to take it for Commander. Something I'd kind of like to add to
Yeah,
my Commander deck. So I'm going to pass a bunch of good black spells. I don't think we're going to go down that route. And Solemn Offering,
just a ton of good black spells too. If you were mono black, that was your pack. Into the Wilds.
um, yeah, wow. Maybe we're being passed a lot of black this way. Um, if we were
Look
to
at
go
the
black,
Festering Newt. And we've passed a Festering Newt. Last pack was Quag Sickness, double corrupt Festering Newt.
we can play into the wilds. Um, it's okay. It's not great, I
Yeah.
admit, but it actually it functions as close to green ramp as you can get. It's not very good, I admit, and I would not necessarily like to main deck it, but we may be forced to. I'm not sure yet. All right, we can do the Auramancer here. It's decent with the pacifism if
And
they
we have a
find.
Trollhide too.
Yep. So Auramancer's good enough.
And we have Into the Wilds.
We do look like we're getting cut, I admit, but we can try and make it work. Let's take a second Sliver Construct.
Okay.
Advocate of the Beast also
Yeah, I was
very
thinking
good,
that
but
too,
we don't currently have any beasts, and
if
like
we're able
I'm
to pick
still
up a
gonna
second Predatory Sliver, that
yeah.
Sliver
Then
Construct will really pay off.
yeah. I mean we're being risky here, but that's
Dawnstrike.
okay. Yeah, we can take that or the Chanter. I think the Chanter ultimately is a little too overpriced, so let's just do the Dawnstrike. I mean it's only one more mana, but the difference between 5 and 6 is actually really huge.
Yeah.
And Troll Hide on the Dawnstrike, like you said, very good.
Take the Congregate.
We can take Congregate. We're not likely to play it. I guess we're not likely to play Shimmering Grotto either, so okay, whatever.
Take the Cauldron.
Yeah, we can take the Cauldron. Doesn't function amazingly well with anything we have right now, but it's totally a playable card.
Yeah, but we also passed 2 Festering Newts.
All right, we can take Divine Favor here. Actually, if you're going to play any of the beneficial auras, I was saying earlier how crap beneficial auras are in this set just because there's so much good spot removal. The red, the black, the white, all of the removal, it's in like all the colors is very strong. So it's tough to play beneficial auras, but this one is very good against an aggressive strategy. Being able to gain that life is very relevant. All right.
Take the Tutor.
Yeah, I don't think we're playing black.
No.
I think at this point we're pretty much stuck in green green white. And like I said, I knew that we were very much risking falling into a spot where we were going to have a hard time making a sliver strategy work. We still only have 3. I mean that's the problem. Or I guess we have 5 now with the sliver constructs. But here we can take another mana weft and
player here too. But
Deadly Recluse as well.
I like mana weft though.
Well, I'm gonna go with the sliver still here. Not even that amazing with the bonsai, but it's a good ramp spell in general. Foil Lead Arcanist would be sweet for commander. But there's also Deadly Recluse, which is arguably better. But you know what? I'm not afraid to go slivers or try it out. I almost wish we had like an X spell. We might be able to make 16 lands work because we're a relatively low mana curve, and we've got multiple constructs with the mana wefts. But a lot of good green cards in here, but let's make the mana weft work if we can. Enlarge is a really good, really good. It's a winning card on the Dawnstrike especially. It's a game flipper.
Even bone size actually.
So Enlarge is a great pick.
Sentinel.
Yep, taking the Sentinel here, absolutely. Trying to get some more slivers. I really like the 3-drop one too, if we could find that.
Flare, Advocate,
Hunt the Weak, Advocate. I think we have enough creatures. Let's get some removal.
Celestial Flare.
So, yep, let's take the Flare. Hunt the Weak also good, just not necessarily in our deck. We have sort of a weaker.
We have cheaper guide, or like 2/2s mostly.
And with the mana wefts, the double white requirement shouldn't be very difficult. I wouldn't think. Giant Growth.
I like Giant Growth.
We'll get a Trick. Griffin Sentinel good too, but we're actually pretty good on creatures. So I like Giant Growth more than Show of Valor as well.
Yeah, it's much better with Dawnstrike.
Yeah, and since we have 2 of them, pretty relevant. It's also just sick with the Bone-Size Sliver.
Yeah.
Alright, we take Mystic now. I don't think we need a second Fire Shrieker. What do you think about Savage Summoning? I know it seems like a really weak card, but and especially in this deck. But I can see times where this card could actually be
It's
playable.
probably
It would function almost as like the only thing it can function as I have a creature and now I can flash it in and surprise block something. Like it's actually good with Dawn Strike.
mhm.
Flash in is a 3/5. I gain life. I kill your creature. Now I can attack you back with a Vigilant 3/5 that you're
Yeah.
not expecting.
No, it's true.
So there's like places where I think Savage Summoning is actually playable. I would
It's
just much
okay
prefer
with
to have
Bonsai Sliver,
a
too.
Mystic, especially if we might do 16
Yeah,
lands.
I don't feel like Savage Summoning has a good enough payoff.
We're probably not doing the Hawks now. We can do another Divine Favor. We can also do Angelic Wall. Maybe we want that instead. Let's get it for sideboard. I don't think we're main decking it, but we may not even be doing Divine Favor. Hive Stirrings, yeah, let's make that work.
Deadly Recluse?
Yeah.
Or Celestial Flame?
But no, I like the Recluse more.
Okay.
I think Recluse holds down the fort a lot better, and tabling it actually is kind of nice. So it looks like our Pack 2 is really where we got screwed on our colors. Pack 1, I think it's probably because we passed that pacifism early on
that's
for the...
kind of what I was thinking too. We didn't see much white at all.
I wasn't sure that we weren't gonna table the Predatory Sliver. Unfortunately, we didn't get a second one. I was kind of hoping that we would, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't even think we need the Verdant Haven now that we have all this ramp.
Encroaching waste?
Yeah, why not? In case. We'll take the. I actually like Brindlebore. I don't have any problems with them. Advocate, tabling that, really nice. So we can actually. I think we'll have a fairly good set of creatures.
Probably cut into the wild.
Advocate, not even that good in this deck because we don't have any beasts, but he's still fine as just a 2/3. You know,
yeah, that is sad that we don't have a beast. Brindlebore is a boar.
So I'll look. We may be playing all our slivers. I'm pretty sure that we are, but
probably don't need Cauldron or Into the Wilds.
Yeah, so we actually have some cuts to make. I think actually Fog was something that I was debating playing in a mono green when I was a little bit short on playables. I think Fog's fine, especially when you're against a deck where it's a true like War of Attrition, who can get in the most damage to win the race.
Yeah, racing.
Fog at that point,
Fog is like great.
So let's just make the deck. Fell a little bit short, I absolutely admit. We didn't get the second Predatory to really capitalize on having the Bonsai, but it happens with
two
slivers.
Predatory Slivers seems so unreal, you know?
Like, yeah, since it's a common, but it's tough. It's totally playable on its own, so I understand.
Yeah, it is the bear of the...
Despite that, I still think this deck turned out fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think ultimately we're going to be able to make it work just fine. It fell a little bit short, though, no doubt, I admit. All right. This is actually 23. I said I wanted to do 16 lands, but I guess I can play 17 still. We have quite a few double green, double white.
Mana Weft Slivers.
Yeah, and the Sliver Constructs too. But that's okay. Let's just play 17 lands. We have some.
You also have Elvish Mystic.
We have a lot of ramp. I mean, I guess we could. We have rewards though for getting additional lands. Let me look what else though. I mean, we want to be able to equip. We do want to always be able to play our spells. I guess Mana Wefts do look kind of unexciting when you're running 17 lands. I guess Trollhide also a mana sink.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have enough mana sinks where it's justified? And that I can't quite answer. I can see this getting mana flooded.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really don't want to get screwed with these double colors, which I have consistently kind of had happen when I play the two-color deck.
I see.
I do think this deck's a little bit lackluster, I admit. But I wish we'd gotten almost like some sort of X spell, because I do feel like
a Windstorm would be nice to have out of the board because we do have tons.
Yeah, we didn't get any plummets either, so definitely some shortcomings to this deck. But I feel comfortable playing with 17 lands, and we'll try out. We have a mini little sliver sub theme going on. I really would have liked a Ranger's Guile for some protection too or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we did get cut pack 2. That hurt our deck a little bit. And getting cut on the slivers kind of hurt too. It might have just been no one opened them. But yeah, like Jake said, it would have been nice to get 2 Predatory Slivers. That really, I think, would have put this deck into the next level of sliver strategy. I'm extremely surprised we only saw 1 Sentinel Sliver. This isn't like a super high pick, but just being a cheap sliver.
Feel like, it's sliver strategy is people want to push it when they see their first Predatory Sliver or whatever.
I'm not heartbroken about it anyway.
We got enough slivers
Do we want to do 9.8? We have more
I
green.
was thinking we want to do
Almost
an
the other
extra
way.
green because of
No, the
elvish.
Manawefs too, and the Manawefs. So
Yeah.
we want the extra green. But 9.8, I think we're going to be forced to do. Overall, I think this deck's a little bit lower on the rung. It's probably like a 6, maybe like a 5 or a 6. We certainly have enough ways to win. Like I said, the Troll Hide on the Dawn Strike. Troll Hide being one of the few beneficial auras that I really like in this set. Fire Shrieker on a Dawn Strike is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Double
Yeah.
Strike Lifelink, good on defense, good on offense.
Really good on defense.
We didn't get very many evasive creatures, so Fire Shrieker becomes a little less amazing. It's still an amazing card in general, though. And actually, I still really like it with, like you said, the Master. I really like it with the Deadly Recluse. I think it's insanely
really
good
good
with Deadly Recluse. So, and the Enlarge too. It'd be Fire Shrieker Enlarge is like just ridiculous, really over the top. So this deck can win, certainly win. Mediocre looking. This looks like a deck that could get there though, especially with the early ramp. I could see us powering out some early Dawn Strike Paladins or something like that, or just powering out an early board presence to take over the game. Depending, it's pretty draw dependent, but we'll see how it goes. We got a decent removal set too.
Yeah.
So that's it for this podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm going to be working on getting those Kingdoms of Korthan spoilers up on the blog. Love to hear some feedback on that. Go to SeemsGoodMagic.com, check out that blog, and leave some comments. I'd appreciate it. Email me at mortarpod@SeemsGoodMagic.com. We're still on Twitter at SeemsGoodMagic. I'm trying to like live stream more often than just Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central Time. But for now, it's those set times for sure. And I appreciate all you guys that have been stopping out. I really do appreciate it. That's cool. So that's it for the podcast. Hope you enjoy it. See you guys later.
See you later.